update number 3 for today. Welcome, chronically happy, Dashcam diary disabled. Yeah, good news. I think it's going to be right around $200, and I can have my taillight put in. Taillights. We've got to order 2 of the original wiring harnesses for my taillights, and I gotta bring the taillights into them and show them on Monday when I go to the chiro, because next week is different with the holiday, with the 4th of July holiday. The chiropractor schedule's kind of jacked up, so I'm gonna come in on Monday instead of Wednesday next week. And when I do that, I need to make sure to bring my taillights and the cages that I want over them again brought in. I didn't even bring that up to him today. That's why he quoted me like $180, because it's like $40 each for the harnesses and like $100 for labor. But with the cages, I'm gonna say an extra $20 to $50 to add that on top of it. It's not that much extra labor, honestly, but you know, I want to make sure that they do it right. And my friend said, that owns the 2 auto body shops, he said, don't go anywhere else. This guy will do it right, and he'll do it right the first time. And I'm like, that's exactly what I'm looking for. That's all I need. So, yeah, he hooked me up with this guy, and this guy is going to install them for me. I hope it's as simple as he says it is, with just getting the original wiring harness, like the original ones. Like, no. Oh, new tent city. Oh, popular already too. Nice. But I just want to reiterate, I don't think I've said it before anyway, but I just want to say, it is all in who you know. It's all in who you know. In order to get things done and accomplished. It's by word of mouth. You talk to the people, and if they can't do it, hopefully they know somebody that does. And you know, I know these friends of mine, they're older than me. They're like more my mom and dad's generation, closer to their age than mine. But it's all thanks to my family and my uncle's charisma and the genetics. We're just talkaholics. We got charisma. We just got to know how to use it, and not for evil purposes, like manipulation. But it's all in who you know, guys. Like, this is what I'm used to, is like word of mouth. This person knows this person, and this person knows this person. Like, it's all about networking and building up a supportive community, and not tear each other down and be strangers to your neighbors. Like, I grew up in the 80s where we were outside, and everybody on my street, we all knew each other. We all knew all the neighbors. There was really not any gossip to be had. I mean, there were the neighbors that always had their blinds closed and, like, you know, shut in, quiet and very pale skin. There was the more talkative neighbors. There were the bully neighbors down the street that liked to bully everybody, which is funny. I've actually recently reconnected with that bully not too long ago on Facebook. I don't know if we're still friends. I haven't like gone on Facebook and really like checked on people's pages for a while, which I usually do. I've been busy socializing in other ways. And it's not about quantity, it's about quality friends too. Like, who do I really want to spend time around? What kind of people do I want to spend time with? And I'm rebuilding connections from a long time ago to see if there is still anything in common with these people. I have a breakfast date with a childhood neighborhood friend from high school. I totally forgot about the harsh reality that she So I decided, hey, let me reach out to her. But one, I thought she was also, I was also looking for more information about agriculture in the area and like harvest coming up, so I could, and I thought that she was part of the family that owns a lot of the orchard, but she isn't. I was like, dang it, I thought she was related to them somehow, but I guess not. She was just using them for work. I don't know. Whatever the case may be, it's time to catch up. So I need to solidify my plans either today or tomorrow for Sunday morning breakfast. She's about to leave out of town and go to Alaska. Or is it California? I don't know. She's got a lot of stuff coming up. So it was like, oh gosh, we got to try and squeeze this in now, or I got to wait like a couple months until she gets back. And either way is fine. If her weekend is just that much busier that she just really needs to prepare more for her trip, I understand if she has to cancel breakfast on Sunday morning. I get that. That's fine. It is what it is. I got to work with other people's schedules. I'm way more open than anybody else. And being early retired disabled, I got to try and come up with my own daily routine, and I want to make sure I find time to have self-care time, rest days. I want to make sure I get some of my adulting done each day. But I also got to socialize. I've got to socialize. I've got to talk. But it's when I have long periods of time where I don't talk or post much or do videos. It's because I really just got to recuperate and regenerate and just recenter myself so I can continue moving forward and doing what I need to do every day, doing the adult things, doing my budget, calling the doctor's offices, calling the insurance companies. Got to get on top of my medication stuff again. It's that time of month. Got to make sure I have enough money for dog food towards the end of the month, because that's about the time she runs out. But I still have my Social Security check coming in a few weeks, so I'm not too worried about spending too much of this money up front right now. But that's why I'm trying to set up and budget for my taillights. That way I can figure out how much I need to pay on my other credit card bills as they become due throughout this month. I hate bills that are due at the end of the month. It really screws me over. I don't have much money towards the end of the month. I really do live paycheck to paycheck, and I get paid twice a month. Almost all my bills are due towards the beginning, so the majority of my bills are taken out at the beginning. I may have to pay my dad. I owe him $700. At least I need to pay him the $500 for rent this month. And I need to maybe pay him the other $200 with my Social Security check, just to catch up what I owe my parents. So I had to borrow some money to pay for medication again this last month. It's just a vicious cycle, man. I just can't catch up at the moment. It's like I need some room to breathe. much right now, so like my stress load is like a little lower than average. But there is a healthy amount of stress that is motivating to keep going. I get down some days because it seems like I don't get anywhere, and it's been okay. For instance, I called the VA 2 days ago. I was supposed to be called back by the end of business 2 days ago. I've given them 2 days now. They still haven't returned my call. So, I have to be a proactive advocate for myself and call the VA again today. Boy, do I hate wasting my time being on hold and being told something and then it just not going through and not happening. I'm tired of all the VA's false promises. But once you're in, you're in. It's easy once you're in. It's just getting in. They don't want to allow the end. It's such BS, man. It's such BS. The VA. Like, I'm a big procrastinator. I will don't forget about what they said because I have so many other things I need to take care of, like the taillight thing. I need to pay. I forgot I need to go to the DMV. I should have done that today while I was in. Do I really afford the $100 right now for my trailer registration? Not really, but it's due, and I want to use it some more this summer, so I kind of have to pay for that registration. Whether it's on the first paycheck right now or the middle of the month paycheck, I'd much rather pay for it now and rest assured that I've already paid for it and it's good to go, and I check that off my list of things I need to get done and pay for, along with paying my friend back $100. I'm like 5 months behind on that. Told him I was going to do it and I haven't done it yet, but I need to pay that $100 back to him. I need to pay the $100 for my registration, the $200 for my taillights. It's $400 right there. $500 or $700 for rent, so there's $1,100 already spent. That's just the regular. And then, I gotta pay my storage unit fee, over $100. I got my cell phone bill, I need to pay at least $50 on. Need to pay for my $100 in co-pays for my pain patches again this month. I got to pay more co-pays for my Xanax and Adderall, and that's like another $50. That's like another $100 there for those co-pays. Let's see. Oh, you know what I could do once I get the VA shit lined up? I need to get a hold of the Northwest Body and Wellness, my mental health provider, because those are the other co-pays that I could really try to navigate and get that down. I don't know how I'm going to get my pain patches covered. I have to have a VA doctor authorize it. And my community care provider that does prescribe it, they don't take VA insurance, so I can't get it through that route. So I basically have to ask my VA doctor, once I get one, be like, hey, will you just trust me and just prescribe this so I can get it through this pharmacy by the other doctor? I'm paying $100 copay for this patch. Thanks. But this is probably going to take months for that to take effect, because look how long it's taken so far. They had to make sure that the doctor's eligible, and they were out of office. The person that was handling that stuff was out of office, and that's why nobody's called me back. Because there's supposed to be somebody that's filling in for somebody at the VA. But you know what? I bet there isn't. And I bet that's exactly why I haven't gotten a call back, because they don't have the staffing doing all the things they're supposed to be doing. Because you know what? The VA keeps them in freaking meetings all day long and trainings and getting scolded about new policies. And then people get in trouble for helping veterans too much or saying too much to a veteran, and then the veteran getting back and complaining to a certain patient advocate, and the patient advocate getting in trouble because they're not doing their job. It's just a big cycle, and I've been through it multiple times, and this is why I just didn't want to deal with it. But I'm going financially broke right now, and I hate to add this extra stress of the VA to it right now, but it's like I'm trading one stress for the other. Financial stress over mental health stress. Bullshit that the VA puts me through. Like, I'm really glad I got my little squeegee thing today. Like, this is what this is made for. My stress bracelets. I'm gonna make a market on these stress bracelets, I tell you. I'm gonna make it on that. Yeah, right, I'm just joking. There's no way I can make a living off just selling my bracelets. But still, like, the point is, these watch hours is important to me because with all this financial burden I'm dealing with and the stress of the VA not doing their effing jobs, and because of that, I'm financially drowning more. Even though my mental health has been the best that it's been in freaking years because I haven't had to deal with the VA. But the financial stress is catching up. So the only solution is to go begging and running back to the VA and dealing with their BS of not following through, of not doing their jobs because they're so busy getting scolded and talked to and trained about how to do their job because they're not doing their jobs. But the catch-22 is the VA is the reason that they aren't doing their jobs. The personnel aren't doing their jobs because the VA policies are preventing them from doing it. Because everything is getting implemented like every single day, so they have to have emergency meetings every single day, pulling the personnel from their job to learn how to do their job better that they're not even going to be able to do because they keep getting told something different every day. And then there's somebody else that fills in for the person. They don't know what's going on. They're just trying to do their job. And then they get sidetracked because somebody messages them about something and then they get pulled away from their job. Then they have to deal with running all over their hospital, talking to this person, that person with certain paperwork, or forwarding this over, that's how it works, guys. That is the political BS, and the reason why veterans don't get the help is because it's all a political game. This is why I don't like to vote or deal with politics, because that is the reason behind all my frustration and anger with getting the correct help through the VA. It's the politics. It drives me absolutely bonkers. It drives me bonkers, people. This is why I was like, okay, I'm willing to go broke to not deal with this to deal with the mental stress of the political BS. And right now it's political season, guys. The presidential debate last night was a circus. Oh my gosh, it was an F show, a sheet show, a bed sheet show. I was laughing so hard at the ridiculousness of the debate. I'm so scared for our country moving forward. I purposely don't complain about politics since I choose not to vote. I choose not to vote because the politics drive me bonkers, and it drives. I can't handle the stress of the politics. I just can't. I know how things are run. I work directly in the government, and I know how screwed up it is. And I can't emphasize enough how messed up it is. And this is why veterans like to go homeless and not live within any kind of rules and do drugs so they can numb themselves. This is why. And now that our public medical care system is so screwed up because of COVID. Now, this is the reason the homelessness. This is the reason for the drug epidemic. The reason is because the government has driven a wedge between the politics and society so far. We never used to have all of these riots and stuff after the president's elected. It all started with Trump. I mean, even with Obama getting into presidency, we didn't see the riots and stuff that we did with Trump. Like, what happened during Obama's term that drove America insane to the point that we voted Trump in, to where he actually really helped. Like, the one thing that was the truth that Trump said in the debate last night, the only truth that I could find in anything he said, was he actually did help veterans. He helped streamline things so much. Now it's back to BS. Like, veterans are not getting treated well at all with Democrats in the office in the majority of the vote. I'm sorry to say. I would definitely identify as Democrat back in the day. But right now, the agenda, I don't like any of it for either party. If we ever, mark my words, if we ever get more than a two-party system, I will vote. I will vote if we get out of this two-party system. I don't like it. I don't like the way our country is ran. I'm kind of stuck with this country because of my clearance and I can never become a resident of another country. I wished I could. If I could, I probably would, because our country is so backwards. There's a lot of good things, but there's so much bad. Our society is so screwed up. Our ideals, our agenda, our medical system. I asked that question, what drove during Obama's thing that caused such chaos to ensue after Trump was elected? Honestly, my honest, true opinion of why we are in the state that we are in, our healthcare system. Once our healthcare system went to crap with Obamacare, it changed so many things. It changed so many things, and then COVID amplified it. And the way our country, I don't have a right response to how we should have handled COVID. I really don't have answers for that. But the answers were not Obamacare. The answer was not Obamacare. That made everybody else in the United States treated just like veterans were. This is the reason why veterans were allowed to have community care service, because the VA weren't doing their jobs to treat the veterans because they had too big of a population and not enough doctors. That was the reason veterans weren't getting the care, so that's why they opened it up and said, look, there's just not enough doctors to help the people, the veterans, our veteran people. So let's open it up to allow them to see doctors that have more availability, that don't have too many patient load. Well, now look at us. Now look at us. Now that everybody has doctors, they're just like the VA. I saw this coming. I knew it was coming. I'm like, so basically, before Obamacare, I said it to people I knew. I wished I had my YouTube channel then, because I'd be like, I freaking told you so. I freaking know. I know that our healthcare was messed up. That's why we were able to go out into public and allowed to see non-veteran doctors. But now, we don't even get that, because those doctors are all overloaded too. They don't have time for patients either. That's why the quality of care has gone down. That is why you don't get a half hour to really problem solve with your doctor and tell them everything that's going on. You get 15 minutes. That's not enough. That's like going to the emergency room every time you see a doctor. And I did that for years. I went to the emergency room because my VA doctors told me, we can't help you. Go to the ER. We won't help you. So that's what I did. I lived at the ER for a couple of years, and yeah, it was like I'm still getting the same kind of health care with the VA out in the real world, but now I'm finally not, because I'm finally, with a doctor that cares. I think he's trying his best, even though he's overloaded. But this is the problem with our Medicare too. Since everybody has to have doctors, and you get paid, if you don't have insurance, you're in big trouble. But look what it did to our country. Look what it did. Everybody's required to have insurance, so now all these doctors are overburdened. And now, with that pandemic that happened, or is it plandemic? I don't want to fuel any more conspiracy, but look what happened. Obamacare, everybody get. Now, I don't think not everybody should have health care, but we are not set up for centralized health care. We are not set up. COVID proved that. And now long COVID patients, now we got that, extra new problems and health issues that we still can't solve, and we still can't cure cancer. There's so many conditions that can't be treated, and we're still trying to figure out how to treat people, and with people underdiagnosed because doctors don't have time to see their patients. And now insurance companies stipulate how many patients can be seen by one doctor, or doctor's offices are stipulating you can only have this many Medicare patients, you can have this many patients. It's dictating us all. Our doctors don't get to dictate our care, our insurance companies dictate our care. And our insurance companies don't allow things. They don't want to spend the money. They want the money. You pay them the money so they don't have to pay it out. That's basically what they're trying to do. Our world is so jacked. Our healthcare in the United States is so wrong, so messed up, and I'm scared for our country moving forward, especially watching the debate last night. These are our options. This is why I'm not voting. My voice does not matter. It doesn't, because I'm not going to vote for the two-party system. It doesn't matter. I can vote all I want, but my vote will not matter. I mean, it might matter for maybe the measures on like the local level. Like, yeah, I can see that being more helpful, like if I were to vote there. But like nationally, no. My vote doesn't count because I'm independent. And we're a two-party system. So until that two-party system collapses, I'm not voting. I may vote local. I'm still kind of, things that affect me at a local level is what I care more for than I do national politics. And even though it does, really does trickle down eventually and get to me and affect me, the most it affects is the VA for me. And I refuse to go to the VA too, so until now. And now I'm going to have to try and weasel my way into a doctor to prescribe for me just so I don't have to waste all my money on these copays. Like, I'm going to use the VA for what I need. And that's only that. Not anything else, just the things that I need from them. I'm not one of those veterans, well, I kind of am, but I don't want to take the services away from somebody else that could use them better or more than me, that can get more quality care than I can, since I'm a complex patient and a lot of other people might not be. So I can see it benefiting other people, but somebody like me, it doesn't benefit. It does more harm than good. We need to do more harm reduction. Leave no person behind. I believe everybody deserves good health care. I do believe in that. I don't believe in Obamacare because of what it did to our country. It made it so everybody's being treated like a veteran, basically. Everybody's being treated like a veteran now. Like, I saw that sheet coming a long time ago. I told you. I'm like, so basically everything needs to be socialized, and I kind of equate that more towards, I hate to say it, communism. It's very similar and parallels socialism. I think everybody deserves compassionate health care. I don't think veterans deserve it more than regular people. I think as human beings, we all deserve to be treated kind and compassionate and with empathy. And I think being more of a patient, I deserve more respect, and I deserve more time than I get because of being so complex. I deserve more time because of my problems. Not to say that other people don't, because you all do. Everybody has their own set of problems, and we all just need to learn how to cope better and deal, because our government is not looking out for us. They're just looking out for money and votes. And I'm trying not to give them any of that back. But I do. I spend my money on all kinds of things. So I contribute to society. I spend my money. I'm in debt. But yeah, that's gonna wrap things up for me today. It's been a morning. It's almost noon, and I need to call the VA. But I'm gonna go take a little bit of a rest. I've been running around all morning. I've been out of the house. Stormy's in the car. We needed to go to the park and go play. I forgot I was gonna go do that. In fact, I'm gonna just go do that now. I'm not gonna forget. I'm gonna take Stormy to the park. We're gonna go play. She deserved that for all this waiting in the car. In and out of different places. So it's 70 degrees outside. It's gonna get way too hot to go later. I need to do it now. I'm sorry, baby. I almost didn't take us. I got wrapped up into this video. But yeah, guys, I'm sorry to get so political and conspiracy theorist and really into it today, but I'm not sorry. I really wanted to express myself today. It's what's so frustrating is, like, I know everything all too well. And so it's a nice reprieve and break when I do smoke to try and help just calm down and relax a little bit. Rest, regain my energy so I can keep moving forward and keep doing the things I need to do. Oh, my shoulder, gosh. I think I already went out of place. Holding a little bit too much tension up in my shoulders talking about these things. But I'm glad I got this off my chest. I needed to. And thank goodness I have an appointment on Monday. So whatever I do this weekend to mess myself up, at least I know I have something helping me out on Monday. It was another miracle adjustment this morning. Like, we have to do things in a certain order, or they just won't go. And he told me today, you know, it made me feel a little bit special. Like, I'm the only one he can adjust certain ways. If he adjusts other patients like me, he'll hurt them. But with my EDS, it has taught him a new appreciation of his practice. He really enjoys treating me because of how much I make him work and how different I am compared to everybody else he treats. It's amazing. It's amazing to have a good chiropractor on my side. And I know he would fight for me for anything if I need it through insurance or something. So I know I have him on my side, and I know he can help me if need be. Just chiropractors just don't get enough traction, I swear. But we know what we know about my body, and we know how to help me. It's just getting me there. I need to strengthen my muscles. I need to be a bodybuilder. Maybe I'll get there someday. Maybe I'll get to it. But in the meantime, I gotta deal with all this doctor stuff in everyday life. So turn my focus around. I love you all. Keep smiling. Never give up, because life is too short. I'm just out here trying to save lives, and it feels good. These are about to be happy tears of I'm happy to be here to inspire you all. I just helped somebody else. I just helped save somebody else's life recently, and it feels good to know that I'm here for you all. I'm here if anybody needs to talk. Please make comments. Tell me a story. Tell me about who you are. Like, who's out here watching me? Like, I want to know. I'm kind of curious. I don't know what type of people watch me. The analytics don't show me everything, so I'd like to get to know you guys. What do you all think? Tell me something good about you. Tell me something that you can do to help contribute to inspire happiness in others. It feels good knowing that I help you. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, so much for the support. I appreciate you all. Let me get to know you. Say hi. Hi. Bye, guys. Peace out.